So do you suffer from cramps, bloating, irritability, fatigue, mood swings every single month?
Yes. Maybe you should try changing your diet. It's registered dietitian Lisa Gredzelanik with YourTastyLife.com is here today with foods that can reduce the negative aspects of PMS.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
It is, and we've probably struggled with it, and so let's talk about some solutions.
So don't give in to the burger and fries that you want, is what you're saying.
To the contrary, that actually makes the symptoms worse.
Oh.
All the salty
Really?
foods.
Yeah, all the
make us-
cravings?
Yeah, all the salty foods make us retain water more, get more bloaty, and then sugar actually leaches our body of the minerals that actually can help us fight those symptoms.
Ooh.
So actually what we're going for isn't really helping us, but let's talk about things that can potentially help.
Okay.
So one of the first, I'm going to kind of break it down into 4 nutrients that have been shown to be helpful to decrease PMS symptoms. And the first one is vitamin B6. And vitamin B6 is very helpful, particularly for women that are struggling with mood-related things going on. Okay, so there's been some research to support that it can help that. And some food sources are some good quality wild tuna, sweet potatoes, sunflower seeds, bananas, peanuts, chicken, broccoli, pistachios. So a whole host of foods that have B6. Bananas really are a superstar when it comes to B6 because they have a good amount of it, but they also have magnesium, which is a relaxant mineral, and then they also have melatonin, which is important for our sleep cycle. So you might have heard, an anecdotal thing like, oh, I have a banana before I go to bed, it helps me sleep. So if you're having bad cramps, maybe try having the banana before to give you that boost of the melatonin and the B6. So then we're going to move on to our next category of food here, and then we have, zinc foods here. And zinc is really helpful because it is a nutrient that we need to help regulate our hormones, and all of our sex hormones, meaning progesterone and testosterone, they need zinc to help make them. And so we see a lot of different foods here related to zinc foods, and so those can really help, again, drop down those symptoms. Moving on, we have calcium. And calcium, of course, we're familiar, has things from the dairy group. I should point over here, so things like kefir, yogurt, but also there's a lot of plant-based foods that we can get calcium from. So almonds naturally are a good source of calcium. Calcium has a lot of research related to PMS and that women who tend to consume more calcium have less PMS symptoms. And the range is somewhere between 500 to 1,000 milligrams depending what you and your doctor discuss. But for example, a cup of almond milk has 450 milligrams. Your collard greens, any of your leafy greens are a good source of calcium. An orange has 75 milligrams of calcium. Sesame seeds are really a superstar because they not only have a good source of calcium, 1 tablespoon has as much as about 100 milligrams of calcium, but they also have magnesium and zinc. So relaxant minerals that help fight with the craving, so calcium is great. And then wrapping it out on the end is another source here of zinc, magnesium, kind of a combo category, which you're going to notice with a lot of foods where if you went online and looked, what's a good source of magnesium, B6, calcium, those they kind of overlap. A lot of these foods, if you look, you could repeat the same food. So kind of it's a combo, and we're looking for just basically a clean food, plan that's got single ingredients in it. Your some oats are really good. Oats, for example, have a good source of zinc, magnesium in them, and so they can be beneficial if you're trying to get those nutrients in. And really what we're looking at is nutrient deficiencies related to these things can make some of the symptoms worse for women, and so the research is supporting eat the wholesome fresh food over those things that we tend to grab, and you could actually be feeling a little bit better during that time of the month every month.
Good information. All right. Forget the burgers instead. Thanks, Lisa. More information.